And we are live.
We live. We are live.
Yes,
Hi,
we are.
everybody. Welcome to Talk Lately. It is March the 31st. Tomorrow's April Fool's Day. Do y'all have any jokes that y'all want to start off with
Jokes.
for
Who
April
got
Fools?
jokes right now?
For
There's
April
too many.
Fools?
There's too many fools out.
Yeah, one of them's in your house, in the White House.
Yeah, really.
Well, speaking of that crap, let's start talking about the coronavirus. I'll ask each one of you how you are, and let's start from the first person on my screen, which is Nicole.
What happened?
How are you doing during the coronavirus?
I am doing I'm doing okay. Tired of being quarantined, even though it's crazy because I'm used to being in my house all the time and not doing too much. But now that it's like you have to be here, it's like you just want to be outside because somebody told you gotta be in the house.
Right.
So that's what I'm kind of battling with. I'm about to make a quilt to kill my time or something.
Aldo?
I'm doing all right, I guess. I'm getting a little tired of being in the house. I think this whole coronavirus started. This is the first time I've been in my house actually all week.
Nate, can you get yourself back into the frame, please?
Yeah, I'm in the same place.
And again.
Thank you. That's perfect.
But
Nate, go ahead.
I'm doing okay. Watching the fools down the street, but I'm okay.
We already know about Nate because he's been on several times this week. But do you want to tell people how you're doing?
I'm doing great. This is my fantasy. Like I can get food delivered. I'm working. Today was my first day back to work officially. Like, I'm living a dream.
Is Taste This delivering?
Yes, they are.
Oh, I need to order something.
They do delivery. Oh, I wish I would have had them before I had this. Nothing. What I just had was
Is never on Sunday.
Mm.
Oh,
What
I
did
don't
you
know.
have? What
I had
did you have, Monty?
that place I told you about earlier.
The soul food place?
Yeah. It was disappointing.
Where was it at?
In Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn.
Where?
In Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
It's called, I'll tell you, it's called
Okay.
Dakari. Dakari, right?
Mhm.
Dakari Soul Food.
I wouldn't eat from
Is it
anybody.
on Patapsco?
What you say, Aldo?
Is it on Patapsco or off
I think it's on Patapsco. It's either on Patapsco or on
Okay.
Ritchie Highway.
Oh,
I
okay.
wouldn't eat
Okay.
from anybody in Brooklyn.
Nobody what?
You said you wouldn't eat from them just because they in Brooklyn?
Mm-mm.
That's rather prejudice.
I can see if you would have just said something specific. I wouldn't eat if it was on 10th Street
No.
in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Get the numbers, then you gotta be careful. But Ritchie Highway, you can do so.
I mean, Ritchie Highway is alright.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, I consider that more Glen Burnie.
But it starts in Brooklyn.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's in
that's
Brooklyn.
the
Right there, Jeffrey Street.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, anything below that is no.
I'm sorry, but I give
Gas
them a
station,
shout
you're
out
in
though.
Brooklyn.
I do give them a shout out though because they got some really, really good teriyaki wings, so that's what I had. So they were good. It's just their side orders. They might as well just flush it. Just go ahead and flush it before we get it. Because I can't. It's just not okay for it to be that much pepper in macaroni and cheese.
It's
A
black.
lot of pepper?
Thank you. See, you got what I meant when I said it was too much pepper. Is because the macaroni and cheese has turned black.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's too much.
Black macaroni and cheese.
Sitting over here sneezing, and I can see people looking through my window over here like, Corona?
Coronavirus. every time somebody do something, I keep yelling that out. Coronavirus.
Somebody did it the other day. I forgot what store I was in because I wasn't probably supposed to be there, but it don't matter. So with the coronavirus today, I just found out one of my favorite people, my favorite news people, got it. Chris Cuomo and Chris Cuomo.
Yeah. Okay. I know he's
Governor Cuomo's brother.
Cuomo's brother. Yeah.
He has coronavirus. It came out today. So he's really. So I can't wait till his show come on 9 o'clock on CNN. So I can't wait till 9 o'clock to see him, or to see if he's okay because he's still doing his show tonight. So he said he does have some symptoms, but he's not feeling bad. I just don't want to see the day when this virus touches one of our lives.
Yeah.
Right.
One of your lives?
Not touches us, but touches somebody in our lives, one of our lives. And then we have to hear about the pain and the groans and all that kind of stuff that they're going through and then dying.
Possibly.
Yeah. But see,
Yeah.
I really don't understand is that, when you look at these news conferences and the way people are talking, even online, everything's a joke. And it's not, and we're not really taking it serious at the fact that 3,000 people in just the U.S. are dead.
But you don't know who they are. And if
That's
you're
what I'm
not
saying.
connected to
That's
them,
when we won't feel it until it touches one of our lives. That's my
Right.
point. But I don't think that separatistness should not be the status quo. We
Right.
should have some kind of feeling on it.
Yeah.
I mean, you have
Well,
feelings over we were just talking about this on your show, the other day, on somebody's show, about having that compassion that we always have anger about the murder rate. And that's 300 people.
Mm-hmm.
This is 10 times that.
Right.
And we still can joke about it. Like,
But
you got it.
But the one thing about it, we got to stop feeding into all the false media coverage of it. Because I get a whole lot of feeds on Facebook and other things where they just popping up. People got their own videos talking about, oh, it's a hoax, it's this, it's that. Even had one guy, and it seemed like he must have came out there in Brooklyn, New York. He must have came out there right when they were starting to set up, because that's what it looked like. They were starting to set up the emergency medevac hospitals, and he was around there talking about there's nothing out here. Nobody standing in line getting shots. Nobody standing out here getting tested. It's all a Democratic ploy. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's the biggest case of bullshit I ever heard in my life. Excuse my language.
Mm-hmm.
And people are buying it.
Yeah, I kept hearing that too. The other interesting thing is that I got a video today. I wish I would have put it up here, but I'll try to do it throughout the course of the show so you can see this video. It's actually very long and dumb. How and somebody unfortunate sent it to me, but it was about the 5G network. That the this virus that we're going through is because of the 5G towers that they're putting up.
Yeah,
people are having radiation. They were saying there was something about radiation sickness. That's what this is. But it's like
I heard that too. I actually heard that too.
And I called bullshit on it because there are easier ways than putting up billions of dollars worth of poles up to kill somebody.
Well, no, I'm not. They're not. What I saw was it's not saying that. I've been hearing that this 5G thing is dangerous for us anyway. So the video I heard I saw was basically saying that the 5G, the radiation is causing a sickness. So the coronavirus is a cover up because this radiation is causing all of these people to get sick.
Right.
So they're using that. They're saying that 5G is actually causing the sickness, but they've used coronavirus so that they won't to not say that this is what 5G is doing because they're trying to keep it from being. They're trying to still push it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's crap. There are easier way. I mean, there are other things that will cost less if your purpose is to kill people.
Listen to. Did you not just hear what I just said?
I heard what you just said.
The purpose was not to kill. The purpose is not to kill people. What they're saying is they're trying to implement this 5G. They've started it. Once they started it, it started killing people because they said that they knew that this would cause an issue, but they kept on doing it. So now that they're saying that now that the radiation is actually starting to kill people, that they have used the coronavirus as a way to cover up that it's actually the 5G. I'm not saying it's new here
But see,
nor
they're making
there,
it seem like this 5G is brand new, but 5G is not new. Is what I'm getting at. 5G is not new. We would have been started to die off a while ago.
Yeah, true.
We just had now it's public access to 5G. Because if you think about it, Air Force One, meaning the airplane, the president's airplane,
it's bigger. The range is like they're putting more towers.
But what I'm saying is, if you think about the president's airplane is always going to be advanced with technology. The president's airplane has been on 5G before we got it, because it has to go from country to country and still receive a signal. Now it's being reviewed because they're on something different. Now we're getting 5G. So it's been here, it's being tested. That was the whole Boeing, that's what Boeing does. They test the technology for us before it gets introduced to us.
Right.
So anyway, besides that, because then we moved on to another thing that happened that I was talking to Nate about too, where they had this pandemic council meeting back in October, where they were discussing this virus being introduced to the public. And Bill Gates was on it. It was sponsored by Johns Hopkins. And I'll send it to you guys so you can actually take a look at it, because it was interesting, because they actually were in advance trying to plan for a pandemic back in October 2019. And then a few months later, this happens. And then you still weren't prepared for it, because there was a lot of government officials on this council. A lot of people from the National Security Council was on this council. And this evidence, the evidence that they produced from this, one thing that I know for sure is that Bill Gates has evidence-based knowledge, because this is what he does with his foundation. That they didn't use it to help stave off this. And the one thing I'm also concerned about is that we continuously talking about the testing and not the treatment. Because we're always talking about, can you get a test? Okay, we're talking about testing, but you still got hundreds and hundreds of people dying per day. When are you going to get the treatment so they can stop dying?
Right.
And I know it takes months to make a vaccine, but you need to start somewhere. If the people are going to die anyway without it, let's start testing. Because we can't keep losing all these people. You're talking about the economy is going to bounce back. Not if it ain't nobody here to bounce it back. Because if everybody's dead, there is no economy. Oh, no comment. Wow.
Yeah, I think it
jaw drop.
Takes somebody before they actually take it seriously.
I'm just, he's
I
sitting
think
on my
somebody
TV right now.
Die before they take it seriously.
And I don't know if, it's so interesting, because all you hear about is all the celebrities that got it. And then, are we waiting for, we already had one, the African, celebrity over in Africa passed away from it. But do we have any, we don't have any other ones. So when we take it seriously, if somebody that's of importance dies?
Yeah.
Right. And that's the sad thing. That is the sad thing, because most people are not going to be affected until they're actually affected.
Right.
Right.
That's why I started to show.
But you know what's interesting?
If we don't have it introduced into our lives, we don't really care. It's a joke.
Right.
Right. But you know what's interesting about this is that when you heard Kevin Durant get it and a couple other NBA stars, everybody said, "Oh," but nobody didn't take it seriously. And then all of a sudden, it's not like when Magic got AIDS and everybody was like, oh, damn, Magic got AIDS. Let me start protecting myself. It's like, oh, they got it. And everybody just went on as usual. Nobody, it still hasn't hit home yet. I guess it's going to take somebody to actually die before before a lot of people will take it.
It's just really interesting because,
and that's the sad part.
Today, another 770 plus people died. 770
today.
Is
that just in the United States, or is that worldwide?
Yes, here in the last 24 hours. Here
in the U.S.
In the U.S. 785 is what it says now. Single day record of reported deaths, 785 plus. Today. Yesterday was 560. I think, is that what I said yesterday? Died yesterday.
So it rose up 220 people.
Right, but that's just 2 days. No, 1,000.
Right, in 2 days.
1,000.
Oh, 1,000.
Yeah, 785 plus 550. It's over 1,000.
Yeah.
And 2 days ago, we only had like 1,293 cases in Maryland.
You're right.
And today is 1,660.
Yeah, it went up 400 cases. I saw that earlier.
In 2 days.
Yesterday was 1413.
It's 1,660 today.
Sad. I don't know, I got tongue tied with it too just now. I don't remember if I told you guys about my dream. I think I told Nate. Didn't I tell you about my dream that I had? That was about I said this pandemic was a setup. Yeah, we was on the. You sure he was there too, right? When I was telling about my dream.
No, I don't remember this. This should be good.
I thought it was on Nate's show, and I said that. Yes, you were. You were there because we were talking about your 600 months. Remember? And I said I was saying my dream was about everybody over 60 had to go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you told me. You told me that too.
I still believe it. I think this was if this wasn't man-made, then this was created. Mother Nature created this because it's time to weed out the mess, the foolishness, the people that are destroying the world. And that would be those that are over 65. And most of them are in Congress, and most of them are in the Midwest.
That's the majority of Congress.
Over 65.
That's what I'm saying. Most of them are in Congress, and most of them are in the Midwest living in trailers. Those are the supporters.
So Jeff Sessions.
Oh, Jeff Sessions is
definitely. So you're saying
one
Jeff Sessions got to.
I thought he died anyway for being short. He's definitely got to go. Wow. That's probably why you don't hear from him no more anyway, because he lost all his clout. So he probably already has the corona and just don't have no microphone that he can reach.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about with the joke. Look at the joke. Corona jokes. It's not a deadly illness.
Is Strom Thurmond still living?
Who is that?
Is that just a late night?
No, I don't think so.
Who's that?
Everybody said, "Who is that?" I heard.
Strom Thurmond. He was. I think he was a congressman or a senator down south that found out that he had a black daughter or something.
A black daughter.
That would have killed him alone.
Oh. How about Amazon? Some of their employees in New York on strike, and the ringleader of this protest just got fired today.
Mm.
So the
You
Amazon
can't pay with
spokesperson
money.
confirmed. Okay, the guy name is because I could have sworn it was a woman, but the guy name is Chris Moles. He was a management assistant. What they do?
Mm. So
Management
they're
assistants
saying
overseas
that
people take
Amazon
about.
isn't providing them with safety material like gloves or masks. Like they having to bring that in themselves.
Oh, let me call my baby father. He acting crazy. When I talked to him last night, we did not discuss that.
Chris Moles, you know him?
No, Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
Not discuss that last night when I talked to him. I'll get it straight. Don't worry, I'm on it.
Chris said they pretty much retaliated
Okay.
against me for speaking out. So I don't know how they sleep at night because they're protesting because they one of the employees tested positive for the coronavirus, and
Mm-hmm.
they wanted Amazon to shut down and clean the facility. And I guess apparently they said, "Hell
Amazon did
no,
not
we ain't
shut down.
got time for all that delaying people packages and stuff." So they said no, and so they protested. And this person was directly connected to that person, whoever the one was that tested positive for the virus. So they sent that person home. They sent Chris Smalls home to quarantine, and it was paid. I don't know if I would have protested then. I would have waited till my quarantine pay was finished, I guess. Because
Wait a
now
minute,
he's
the guy
fired.
who's protesting is the one who got paid?
The guy that was protesting was one of the people that was directly connected to the person that had the coronavirus. So they
Oh,
sent him home to quarantine just in case he contracted it, so he could quarantine. He ended up 2 days later, while on quarantine pay, and started this protest where people walked off of work. So the
Because if that's
spokesperson
the case,
says,
everybody that's connected to that person
right, I
would
don't
have to.
disagree with I disagree with the protest. I don't even disagree for the reason. I disagree for the protest under the fact that he was still being paid under coronavirus, and also the possibility that he could have spread it to the protesters.
Yeah, but if you getting
Right.
paid, what's that will help them do? Pay for your funeral? That's not paying me to be quiet is not enough.
But he
Because
wasn't
you
being
still
paid to be quiet. He was being paid to be quarantined.
Yeah, but are they paying everybody that worked at that plant
No, because he
to
was
stay
apparently
home
the only one
quarantine?
that was directly connected to the guy that had it. But he wanted the
Mm,
whole entire warehouse to be scrubbed, which
right,
makes sense to me. It should have been. If one person has it, he's touched a lot of stuff, and then I've gone around probably touched a lot of stuff and
Right.
touched a whole bunch of people packages. This place needs to be shut down and cleaned. I don't disagree with them there.
right.
What I disagree with is that you should have said, "Okay, I'm going to decline your pay so I can go outside and protest." But you
Right.
was collecting a check while being quarantined, while I was supposed to be
That's
off
a conflict.
quarantining.
But see, they could probably flip it on him if he
Oh no, they
denied the.
did. Here's what the spokesperson said. Amazon spokeswoman confirmed Smalls was given the boot, claiming it was because he violated social distancing guidelines and refused to remain quarantined, as instructed by the company.
So they had every right to fire.
As he came in contact with employees who tested positive for the virus, and they were also saying that
So
while he
they're
was
blaming
doing
it on him. They're blaming it on him now.
it is his blame. He is the
But you know
blame
what?
because he came out of quarantine to protest around other employees.
So see that, and
And
this is
still
why
taking their money at the same time.
no.
so he's maliciously infecting others.
That's what
That's
their
what they
claim
were
is
trying to make
because
it
he
seem like.
violated their quarantine order. He was supposed to be quarantined. He should have did that
Oh,
while
I
getting
didn't know
paid.
that.
Right, that's exactly my point. Because now
Right.
you're maliciously you're endangering other people in your community.
He's endangering. So
Right.
you not cleaning up this facility, and you sending this one person home to shut him up
Now, I'm not
is
saying both
not
things were right.
everybody.
Both things were right. I think they should have cleaned the facility as well. Hopefully, they probably did that by now. I
Right.
don't know. I don't. He's no longer an employee to tell us. So
That's crazy.
Well,
And they
you know,
know
they said
they know they don't, so they gonna blame the whole infection on him and that other person
Hmm.
instead of taking the blame for themselves.
no. But you know what? The one thing that gets me is that they sent him home. They knew that he was directly in contact with somebody who had the virus. They told him to quarantine himself. And you said they also gave him pay, right?
Right. He was
But
paid.
They
that's
paid
not
him
why
too,
they
right?
sent him home. He probably was making the same fuss before they decided to send him home. They sent him home to shut him up. And they thought by paying him he would be quiet.
That's our conspiracy theorist right
I
there.
don't know.
They did.
I don't
What
know.
did they, this that what the I
You
mean
know,
that one person in contact with him. That one person was in contact with him and nobody else.
Well, he's a management assistant, so he probably
but
doesn't
that's all
work
it
around a
takes is
bunch of
one person
people.
to come in contact with a person.
But my point is that one person was the only person that was in contact with him. So they only sent that one other person home instead of everybody that came in contact with him. That didn't make sense.
Well,
to
that's
me.
probably the only person that they had knowledge of at that time. They
Right.
probably sent more people home.
Or
Because
maybe not.
even here in Baltimore,
Or maybe not.
if you
because
sneeze,
the first person had to go to the hospital to be tested to find out they had coronavirus. That's how they found out who was working
Right.
directly with him.
right?
That's the only way they could have found out who was working directly with the other, unless they were scheduled together. So
No,
they
I
sent
don't
him
buy
home
it.
because he was working directly with
They
him.
have to be working
This is his explanation.
No.
And that's his explanation. That's not from Amazon. Amazon didn't explain that. Chris Smalls explained, I got sent home because I was working directly with a corona patient, somebody that tested
And
positive for corona.
I get that that's what his explanation is because that's what Amazon told him. We're gonna send you home and we're gonna make sure you get paid. Calm
Well, that's
down.
law now. That's law now. It's not just because of Amazon said it, because that's law now. If you test positive, you go home with sick pay. That's what the new
No,
coronavirus
my
act is about.
point is that's what Amazon said to him. We're gonna send you home. We're gonna make sure you're okay. Go get tested. Blah 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 blah. But Amazon know that they sent him home because they didn't want him creating ruckus and creating
Can
a
you stop can you hey, can you stop subsequently rolling your neck by making your computer bounce?
what?
You look like you're rolling your neck, but your computer is actually bouncing all over the place.
My point being, they know why they sent him home. As many people that work in that plant, and they send that one person home.
I agree that they should have
Listen,
sent everybody home at least for 24 hours.
I think the whole
clean.
the whole plant
of
should have
the
been
place.
quarantined basically.
Yeah.
If one person got it, then you
I
gotta
agree with
gotta
that.
account for that maybe 5 to 10 or the whole entire plant has it. Because like I said,
I mean, this is
Right.
all y'all got it until you don't.
Well, you the one who got Amazon
All,
packages.
let
So
me
you
tell you
got it.
something. I also got Lysol. So all y'all got it until you don't.
You got Amazon packages in your
Well, I've
home.
been in the house for over 14 days, so I've quarantined myself. If I had it, it's gone.
I just saw you do that
So
video
you mean to tell me?
2 days ago.
Hold on. So you mean to tell me that you've been ordering packages from Amazon that I had to pick up at the door?
Yup.
And you
putting your life
you
in
know,
danger.
Oh no, see, I haven't picked up any packages from the station.
thank
I'm
you
here.
very much.
My packages come to my house. And everybody that brought my packages to my
putting
door.
people's lives in danger.
Whose life am I putting in danger? If they would have brought it to me, they put me in danger. If I received the packages and they had corona on it, they tried to kill me.
You're being selfish.
Now my neck rolling. Look at my neck. Hold on.
You're being selfish. You put 2 of your employees in danger. You're putting 2 of your employees.
I'm sorry y'all don't get packages and stuff like that delivered to y'all. I'm sorry, that's not my fault. But y'all work there, so y'all gotta get the packages.
Let me. I need to see
Coronavirus.
I'm recording this.
Can somebody turn
Ain't
this
that
off?
Now we gotta make that a sound effect now. Coronavirus.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he got fired. So, all right, let's talk about the curfew. Because Nicole, you said you heard people outside your house after 8 o'clock last night. What happened?
Me?
After
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was just like regular old times down here.
I'm telling
they
you,
was blasting music all down the street last night.
and you out at 11 o'clock. The boy, I mean, you know, the drug boys is out at 11 o'clock, still out on the corner
It's flooding in
at
there.
11 o'clock. Huh?
Is it flooding in there? At the
No.
church? They got a lot of water.
Nah, it's not flooding.
No.
I don't know where there's somebody else in it.
Okay. I thought you was underwater.
Nah.
No? Okay. Still related to the coronavirus. So people are arguing on Facebook today because the liquor stores are essential, but churches are not. What do y'all think about that?
Say it again.
Liquor stores on what?
The liquor stores are essential, and churches are not.
We not about to have. I'm not getting into that conversation.
What was that again?
That liquor stores are essential and churches are not.
I really think that they're more dangerous than anything because people are walking in and out of those doors. They touching it.
They're more dangerous than going to church.
I mean, churches. I think churches should not because there's too many people in one place.
Yeah.
And I think they need to be shut down, like all of it.
The only thing that I will say about the liquor stores, the reason I feel like, can you imagine how many deaths we would then have if the liquor stores did close and weren't available? Because a lot of alcoholics, I mean, not saying that it's okay, but
they depend on that shot.
They don't have alcohol, they will die.
Or go
they
off.
can't go cold. Alcoholics can't go cold turkey.
That's how you start a riot.
Right, and it would cause a lot of other issues as well. And that might be something that they thought about too. Like, they know most people, and it may be sad to say, but they know that a lot of our communities use that stuff, use alcohol to get through hard times. So it's like, if not saying that it's right, but it makes sense, and I guess they had to think of it. If they have what they need or they want to trying to get their way through this, then it might be a lot easier for us.
Mm-hmm.
The churches, well, they always said the church is within you, right? Church at home.
No.
I mean, churches can be shut down because they can just be live, like many of the churches are. Like Sunday, I went to church online, and our church was set up an online video. And it was nothing but our pastor and our youth leader and our, the people the musicians. That was it. And they just plugged up the computer. So I think that's safer than having a bunch of people in one room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Because at the moment, the whole diocese of Maryland, are actually telling you not.
Yeah, your internet fading.
Yeah, they actually had
your internet. Your internet.
We didn't hear you because your internet was.
Your internet don't like this conversation.
All right.
It might be the church that you in. The church that you in don't like this conversation.
Well, we don't.
Uh-oh.
Probably have to move on to the modem.
Uh-oh. The money. I got a question for the Amazon issue. What state was the guy in that was sick?
New York.
See, that's just New York. They just on top of each other.
Which
That's dangerous.
I mean, they don't have no choice. That's the sad part. It ain't like they can just like spread out.
Mm.
Because there's so many of them. And then there's so
Well,
many
no,
floors.
it's right, and they all most of them live in apartments.
That's what I mean. And then there's so many floors and 30, walk-ups and stuff like
I'm
that.
sorry. That was funny.
What?
That's scary.
Post that R. Kelly thing, like R. Kelly tested positive.
She was 19. So we were talking about the churches thing. But I think that, I don't think the churches and liquor stores compare because churches are gathering places. And the one rule is that you're not supposed to gather. I mean,
Right.
That's just people being greedy. That's
that's
all.
it. But it's also people that's also a stupid notion. Like,
Right.
you're not supposed to gather. So why would you say something like compare the liquor stores to the churches? That's not any comparison because you don't gather at the liquor store. You gather at churches. And then you sit there for hours. Oh, never mind. Let me stop.
Well,
Any other comments on this? I was going to go in.
It's not most churches though. Most churches aren't doing that. Most churches have
No, I
already
agree.
started an online ministry,
Mhm.
and most of the churches that don't are the problem. So it's only a small percentage of the churches anyway. It's not like all churches are having this problem. The problem is they are afraid people are going to stop tithing. So that's why a lot of those churches are staying open that are staying open.
Because they tithing? You said that? That's what you said? They want money?
Yeah, a lot of the churches were afraid people were not going to tithe throughout this. So they didn't want to close their doors. But a lot of the churches were already set up.
Anybody want to comment
That
on
has
that?
like a technology ministry that has like a camera. Huh?
No, I'm just trying to stay out of that discussion. Go ahead. I thought somebody else wanted to say something about the tithing during the coronavirus.
Well,
That's how the church stay open.
But that's not how we stay from homeless. Because they ain't nobody working. Who tithing?
Oh, God.
I'm sorry,
I
that's
don't
when you
even
have to
think
cancel your tithes. Because I would never understand that.
why people tithe.
During the coronavirus, because that's what I'm talking off of what you just said.
I mean, you would tithe during I still set in mine. I mean, but I would still want to send it
Part of the
in.
problem.
I'm a
Go
part
ahead,
of the problem.
Oh, you heard
No,
me talk.
but
I was
what I'm
talking to
saying is
them
I
over there.
sent mine in regardless. I still sent mine in. I send mine once a month. So I still sent it in, but you should tithe for the same reason you tithe when we're not in the coronavirus. Like it's 10% of your income. So if you're not making anything, you're not expected to tithe. So if you're still getting money, and why not?
I'll still get my paycheck with 10% staying in these pockets, Eddie. Okay, I'm back.
Can we talk about the quarantine and the time that what it actually means?
What is it?
The quarantine. We're really not supposed to go outside ever.
Yeah, last night was the last time you're supposed to come outside, unless you have to go to the market for essentials. You can go outside for essentials, but that's what I still don't have no clarification on that because I would like to know: can I go run if I wanted to?
You can still go outside, but you're supposed to practice social
Hogan was not. Hogan's face said
as of
no.
yesterday, it was like, no, stay home.
Stay in the house. But he didn't clarify on whether you can go take a walk or not and get your exercise.
The problem with that is he has a loose base of what's essential. So if you're making a liquor store essential, people can go out to the liquor store. You could
No,
still
that's
go to the
what I'm
market.
saying is, but that doesn't say
Right.
anything about police in the parks. So if I'm going over there to run around the track, am I going to get tousled down to the ground and my arms folded up?
Oh,
I don't
And
think
it's fine.
probably
I'm
just
trying to figure
I
Well,
mean,
out
at
if
most,
I'm going to get
they're not gonna
tased.
take you to jail.
money.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to get tased if I'm walking in the grass.
They probably just go escort you home. They're not gonna take you to jail.
That's embarrassing. I don't want to get escorted home by the police.
What?
At most, I think that's what they're going to do. They just go escort people home.
And who has time
But
for
they're not
that?
gonna
They
lock
escorting
anybody up
people
in
home
there.
for real? No, he said $5,000 or a year in jail. I'm not trying to hear any of that.
So
Well,
I
yeah, but it's
I know they are serious about the
it's kind
fines
of
though.
So you want
so
them to escort me home
but,
and give me $5,000 in fines?
Well,
but
the
if you look
fine
at it,
part, I know they're serious about it because they've been finding a lot of the beauty. One of the beauty shops in my neighborhood got fined $10,000 for not closing.
I bet. I just seen that somebody was online and they said what was it the thing it said here you go. Governor Hogan, they doing hair in the basement.
No, this girl, she got a
hmm,
whole braiding shop. She got fined $10,000 because it was people in there still getting their hair done, and they
Sneezing and
not
coughing
paying.
and
I
shit.
mean, I wouldn't test it, but I mean, they're not gonna do any. I don't think they're gonna. What they gonna fine you for jogging?
Mm, might.
but will they find me if I
I
want to
doubt.
go to Wegmans? That's what I want to know.
No,
No,
that's an
that's an
essential.
essential
That's a
place.
market.
But
Yeah.
No,
I
You can
take the light rail to get there.
Yeah,
but
but
I
that's
mean,
not. But that's what I said. They not. They haven't enacted a curfew yet.
right.
They haven't made it a because like New Jersey, New York, they have an actual curfew. We haven't had
Right.
a curfew in the place.
But you know,
They just don't walk outside
speaking of
with
Wegmans
no
though,
different things.
Sharon, they got that new app Instacart.
Oh, they
I'm
want
doing.
Instacart?
Yes, I seen it today.
They're
Wegmans is
delivering
on
to my
there.
house?
Yes, I seen Wegmans on there today because I'm
Wait
doing
a minute, really?
my shopping stuff to my
Oh,
shopping
wait a
thing
minute.
tonight
I'm gonna find that out right
And
because
now.
I don't have to go nowhere.
you gonna have all that corona in your house.
I got Lysol. I'm
Hmm.
good.
Ah,
I got Lysol. I'm good.
But
No,
you
because
gonna
who
spill
got
the
time?
food?
Did you see the lines outside of stores at this moment?
That's not here though.
No, they
That's not
started
here.
though. It started though. There was a market in Owens Mills that started only letting 5 people in at a time.
Well,
Well, that's because there's normally one market within a certain radius
There's a
in
lot of
Owens.
markets on Owens Mills now.
But no, I mean, that's before you get to. It's really before you get to Owens Mills. But once you get into Owens Mills, it's like a whole community and maybe one shopping center.
No, it's a lot of shopping centers on Owens Mills now. There's Food
No, it's
Line.
not.
There's a Giant. There's a Food Line. There's a Giant. There's a Food Depot. There's a Walmart. There's a lot of places on Owens
But
Mills
they're
now. You must
spread
have been out
out
there in a while.
over Owens Mills. They're not all in one vicinity though. They're all in.
No
They're like
supermarkets
if
are in
one
one
is
vicinity.
they travel for another one.
Okay. Um, can you go turn the heat off?
Which one of your homosexuals is that?
Oh my. Oh my.
I'm not doing this.
Did he actually say that?
He said hobo.
He said, which one of your homosexuals is that?
Nah.
Woo, it's too hot in here for this.
Damn.
Did you find it, Sharon?
I found it.
hmm See, now you don't got to get on the subway. I think they probably added all those stores on there
Amen. Amen.
because of this, because they weren't. It wasn't that many stores on there at first. Now Shoppers is on there. Walmart's still not on there, but it's a lot of nice things on there.
Oh, Walmart delivers though. I ordered from
They
them last
do.
Yeah.
But
It's
every time you
probably
go on their
not on
website,
there, though.
it's not working. Like, yeah, they stopped doing the pickup service and delivery
Oh, Walmart?
Really?
on the grocery side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
They
you can still
probably
I
do
didn't know
use
that.
Walmart.com.
What is those?
No, I don't have a card.
So with Walmart, is it all locations or is it just certain locations that does the delivery?
No, I think it's all locations that do the delivery.
Okay.
Because I go to Glen Burnie, so
I know I was reading that you should have an Amazon Prime because you'll get priority in Instacart over people because you don't need to have an Amazon Prime account to do Instacart.
it didn't ask
So
me for
they
my Amazon information when I logged in. It just asked me for Facebook or
that's what
Google.
because you don't need Prime to do it. But if you have Prime, then you'll get priority over the person who doesn't have Prime because they was getting backed up because
Oh,
everybody's
okay.
still delivering.
So wait a minute,
Gotcha.
what is this about? How I do it? Because I got Prime.
You
I'm ready
just
to
go through Prime. Just go through your Amazon account to Instacart
All right, hold on.
and do it.
How you do that?
You already have it if you got Prime,
Oh,
but you don't need to have Prime to use Instacart.
I see what you're saying.
You used to have a Prime account in order to do it, but now you don't. Anybody can use it.
Well, looks like that was a short
Amazon
show.
Fresh,
I don't hear shit else to talk about.
see all programs.
Did I just mumble that out?
You
Yeah,
did.
I heard it.
You heard what I said?
Mhm. Your or the microphone, if you heard.
Oh, I thought I whispered that to myself. Um, okay, I want to know what your limitations are. So, how long do y'all think y'all can last in the house
Until I had no more shrimp.
until you don't have any more shrimp?
Until the food run out.
Until I'm ready to kill somebody.
Okay.
As long as I got my internet and my phone and food, I'm good.
That's how I think I'll be good. I'll be good because I'm a homebody. I love being in the house.
I don't, but I can deal with it if
Yeah,
I'm
I
able
just need to start doing. I got a lot of stuff that I could be doing. So after I
Yeah.
get tired of just not doing nothing, I'll just start doing some of the stuff that I could be doing.
Look, I think I've cleaned my carpet in my living room like 4 times.
Mm.
I was like, oh, it's not clean enough. I need it to sparkle white.
Jesus.
So every time it dries, I go right back and clean it again.
I've been doing laundry all week long.
And now it's super, super white.
You put
That's the
bleach
one thing I
in
haven't
bleach?
done any laundry. I refuse to do laundry.
See, I have no choice because now, I'm doing the show right now from my basement. Laundry room's right there. I just bring the
Hmm.
clothes down and just do them while I'm sitting here all day long. Because I'm sitting here all day long. I've been sitting here since 8 o'clock this morning. All day. It's 7:55. That's 12 hours. All day long. This is also my office now.
Well, I did get to binge watch Black Ink Crew
All right,
on Pluto TV.
has everybody seen Dark in here? Now, I know Nicole has.
Dark?
Yeah, on Netflix.
Not yet.
It's called Dark.
Yes, Sharon, you have got to watch it. It's not dark and creepy. It's
Oh,
good. I mean, what is it? What would you call it? A mind? It blows your mind.
Yeah, it's
dark.
like
Okay.
a mind bender. I
So
guess you would call
suspenseful.
it. It is kind of suspenseful.
Right, but it's not scary. She don't like scary
It's
stuff.
not
So
scary.
Dark. I've seen the previews of it, but I never.
Yes.
you got to watch that. It's 3 seasons,
So those
right? It's 3 or
crosses
2 seasons. Look at Virgo.
bunch of zombies.
Is that the one where they're out in the woods?
Look at Virgo.
Oh, now we're paying attention to the cat.
Are you sure it's not scary, Monty?
It's not. No, it's not a scary. It's a suspenseful, but it's got like supernatural elements to it.
Oh, okay.
Now you talk.
Like they travel back in time and
It's
stuff
like
like that.
time travel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Because I can tell you one thing about this show that I tell everybody that forces them to watch it and try to understand where I'm coming from with it. Because you have to figure, you gotta like wrap this around your head and try to understand like how it can happen.
Oh, okay. So it's
Your,
and
Okay.
your daughter's your mother.
Oh snap!
oh wow.
Your daughter is your mother.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, like
Kind like Highlander.
It seemed like a lot of thought process. Like this is a movie where you really gotta pay attention. I don't need none of that right
Look, I
now.
told my sister that the first time I told her that, she was like, "Ew, she's sick." Like she did something depraved. I was like, "No, listen, your daughter is your mother. Now, how can that happen?"
Because the mother never aged.
No, wrong. And
Is it like going back in time?
okay, so we just gave you that already. So
I just heard bits and pieces of it.
we just say it's time travel.
I'm gonna watch it.
Okay. So your
So
daughter
you go
is your mother.
Now think about how that could happen, though. How could your daughter be your mother? And then there was another
You have to
twist to
go
that too, right?
time
Because
and have sex with your father.
You
it
switch
was
lives.
another twist to that too, right, Nicole? Because the father was
yeah, though it was
the
something weird
father
with
was
the
actually
father
the
too.
father was the grandfather.
Was the
Oh, see, that's
So
too
they're
far
going
for
back,
me.
they're going back in time.
yeah, it was
That is
crazy.
too far for me.
They're either going back in time or going in the future and having sex with their parents. Is that what they do?
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
I'm not watching that crazy shit.
Oh my
They
gosh,
already
it's
got
so
me guys,
good though. I'm telling
the
you.
lion, King Tiger,
The
whatever.
daughter sex with the grandfather to make her mother, and then as time went on, as time kept occurring, the future's tense, she had her.
I mean, I'm just telling you, when you get to that part, you'd be like, "What in the hell?"
And this is how confusing it is.
Kind of
That's the only way.
Huh?
For real, that Marnie that Marnie has said it, I need to go and watch it again. I
I
need
was
to go
gonna
watch
plan
it
for
again.
Saturday to watch it again because season 3 getting ready to come out.
This is it. Have anybody
Y'all
seen the
season
Mad
3
TV?
about to come out?
Yeah, season 3 getting ready to come out.
Oh wow.
Did y'all watch Ozark?
No,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't.
watched those.
I don't
Ozark
know
is
what that's about. That's why I haven't watched that because I don't know what it's about. I don't get it.
Ozark is good.
What is
Yeah,
it about?
it's about a
Like,
family.
what just happened? It is so good.
Yeah.
I
It
watched
had-
it only one day. It
It
was
had Jason Bateman.
Okay. I need to check that out because I seen that once he left. What's the other show he got?
Arrested Development.
Yeah, Arrested Development. That's
Was
what
it
he went
Arrested?
to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
it's
just-
it's a whole different. Yeah,
Arrested
Jason
Development
Bateman.
is a comedy, Sharon.
oh, Arrested Development.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, about the. Yeah, he was the lead character, Michael.
Oh,
Mhm.
But this is a whole different take for him because he's actually doing a more serious role than he's done before. So
did y'all watch The Outsider?
I said I wanted to watch that.
It's good, and then it's like really, this what y'all do? It was stupid at the end, but it was good leading up to. Because the detective is supposed to be Layla Wade's new friend.
That movie Freaks. That was good.
I think you know what two of them came up. Now I started watching one. Was it the one with the little girl and the man was on the ice cream truck?
Yes.
And okay, so
That's
I'm
there.
gonna go back and watch it over again.
That was
Yeah.
pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird.
I thought it should have been a TV show and not a movie, though. That should have been a show.
Yeah.
Because I kept wanting it to keep going, and it
It
stopped
was
at
a
the
TV
end.
show. It was a series on HBO.
Freaks?
Oh, you saying Freaks? I'm sorry, I'm in the Outsider. I apologize. Continue.
No, Freaks is a movie on Netflix, and it should have been a series and not just a movie because
Hmm.
I kept acting like, okay, what's going to happen next? And then it was going off. It's like, oh, because the mother flew off with the daughter.
Oh wow.
And I thought it was a Marvel show. I was like, wait, when did Netflix get Marvel? So I guess they're actually trying to create their own superheroes now.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Probably try to compete with Disney Plus.
They can forget it.
I don't know.
Wait for Maleficent to come out.
I canceled my Disney Plus.
My baby mother, Maleficent.
Isn't it? It's only $6.99 a month, right? Or $69.99 a year.
I've seen $12.99. Oh, what is on sale now?
Yeah, it's $6.99.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh, you got
$6.99.
money.
I got Hulu, so I should just try to combine it again. It just wasn't nothing on there for me. I seen everything that was on there, so I was like, what's the point? The only thing that was new when I was on there was
What on Disney?
yeah, it was Mandalorian. And I'm not a Star Wars fanatic.
You didn't watch Aladdin, the one with Will Smith is in it. That was really good.
I've seen that bootleg. I mean, hello?
I mean, hello.
Uh,
I think the only reason why I would get Disney Plus probably just to catch up on the Marvel movies. That's about it.
That's what I said. I've seen all the Marvel movies. So I mean, I've already gave them
Well, there's a few of them.
I've already gave them $13 at the movie theaters. They can't have that and the subscription as well.
Yeah.
I don't go to the movie.
Plus, you can always get it.
But that's my point. That's what I thought Disney Plus was trying to do, trying to phase out the movie industry because that's a dying breed. Which is why my stock plummeted and I lost a whole bunch of damn money on Movie Pass.
Oh, okay.
Because they thought Movie Pass was going to bring back the movie industry when you could get a subscription service and go see unlimited movies. That didn't happen. It tanked. I lost a boatload of money. And now I thought we were going to be doing Disney Plus to introduce movies to people.
That is.
A lot of those programs like Movie Pass aren't really that good.
Well,
They're not,
obviously, that's the whole point of me saying that my stock.
well, no, I'm just
I
saying
lost
in
a whole
general,
boatload of
none
money.
of them were.
It's so feisty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They were just, and some of the programs like that, it was only in certain areas, and then it wasn't really in this area. It wasn't like across the country. It was just in certain markets.
Movie Pass was supposed to be everywhere. Any Cinemark, AMC, all of them were on there, but they never got it together to get it to be lucrative. A lot of people were going to the movies, but there wasn't no financial basis coming out of it, so it failed. Which means the movie industry is still failing. So
Amazon, so
because now all studios do right now is bank that they're going to make all of their budget off of one movie, so they can make 20 movies. Like all Sony depends on is Marvel right at this moment to make their movie, so they can make budget and make 20 other movies to keep the industry going. They bank on Marvel so they can make the B movies, basically.
Yeah.
Which is why they're not releasing what's the girl name on Marvel? Black Widow. No, that's Disney.
Black Widow.
Captain America.
Black Widow.
Oh,
Which is why they're not releasing Black Widow now this year. They pushed a whole bunch of movies. They pushed Spider-Man to 2021. They pushed a boatload of movies all the way back to 2021 now because of coronavirus, but also because they don't want to release them online like they did with Invisible Man and what's the other one?
What? Invisible Man is online?
It's on Amazon.
Yeah.
I can watch it for free?
No. It's $20.
No.
$20.
You buy it. You're not watching it. You're buying the movie.
I'm not buying it because I only want to see it one time.
I watch it on bootleg. Hello?
I was about to say I can send you a
It was
site.
good. I thought it was good.
And it was really good though. I did like it.
I heard it was really,
It
really
was a really good movie. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good from the comfort of my
If
home
they
for
was,
free.
if a lot of those production companies were smart, they would find a way to stream the movies live
Hmm.
right now while everybody's in the house
And they can
because
do
people
that.
would pay for a
Right.
subscription.
Netflix does live streaming. They do they do shows that come on once a week. They do all of that just like regular TV. Amazon live
I'm
stream
at
when they
the
doing pay per
movies.
view.
I'm at
Huh?
the movies themselves instead of putting them off.
Oh, but see, that means you got to pay the movie theaters, and that's what they were trying to avoid people having to work.
No, I
Right.
meant like, they live stream the movies.
So you
I'm
got to
quite sure
go
they
to
can
the
do
movie
that.
theater website to watch it.
well, the what's the
That's what
theater
I'm saying.
up
But that would be
on North
pointless if Disney, that having the live streaming, that would be pointless if Disney has its own platform. They can do the same thing.
I'm
Yeah,
just
that's true.
whatever way that they choose. I mean, let's go put the movie. It would be smart for them to put it on a movie theater's website, so the movie theater still got to buy it from
Hmm.
them. But look how many people are at home right now that would still do that.
But you know who
That's my point
capitalized on
exactly.
that?
Next
Okay,
year.
when he's talking. Okay, right.
Go ahead.
So you know who capitalized on that? That movie theater on North Avenue, North and Charles.
The
Yeah,
$2 movie,
They're doing that.
the old
they're
$2
live.
movie.
All the movies that they are bringing out now from home. I think that's ingenious.
Because they pay for them already. They pay for them.
I know.
So they
See,
get this live stream them through the,
it's a smart ass
yeah.
movie. Nate, why didn't you think about it and get me included in it? You could be making some coins right now.
I didn't think that this would last this long. Like I really didn't. But it would be so smart because did Bad Boys come out yet?
Yeah.
Did
Oh, yeah.
No, on the black market site.
Yeah, but see, they could have the movie.
Oh, I too.
But they
Bootleg
should
Fire
have
Stick.
I wonder if that movie theater on North Avenue can you still host movie watching parties?
I don't know.
Do they let you like host one online?
They probably will. Ooh.
But yeah, that's a great idea. I think I don't ever want to. I mean, after this coronavirus thing, I don't ever want to go into another movie theater in the dark and not be able to see my surroundings because I think the coronavirus is stuck to the floor in the movie theaters.
Hey, I'm gonna send them an email about that. That could be a fundraiser.
I'm not coming. I mean, it's online.
10%. That's all of my consultancy.
You said it's online.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it online.
But I think movie theaters should have did that anyway, because instead of them, because they still got to buy the same movie in a year, so they should have just bought them and let them stream it on their website. Most of them probably not linked up that way, but if you can play it in the movie theater, you can play it on the website.
The last couple times I've been to the movie theaters, it was like it was less than 20 people in the theater. And so this is pointless for me to, for people. The last time I went, it was like 20 people in the theater on a release day. And I thought that was kind of like, yeah, this is not going to last long because how they going to pay their overhead? But, it was only one cashier and one thing about.
But what time did you go though, Monty?
I went like at 7 o'clock, so it was dark outside.
Oh, yeah.
But see, now a lot of movie theaters are making money off of rentals now.
I don't remember what
so
movie
a lot
it was.
Of theaters are renting their theaters out to small movies, and they're paying people to be able to do it. Like what Sean was just saying, like either fundraisers or people who made their own movie, they're renting their theaters out now. That's how a lot of them are making money.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think it's because I don't know how they're keeping that overhead. There's only one employee. He had to run from taking my ticket to go make me my popcorn.
Like back in the day.
And then as soon as I got my popcorn, I'm walking towards my door, and he was already standing there holding the door open. I was like, "How are you doing all of this?"
Which theater did you go to?
Are you doing all of this?
He was everywhere. I was like, "Sir, if I go to the bathroom and you in there holding paper towels, I'm leaving."
That sounds like Charles Theater.
Let that man do his job.
He was everything. I was like, who's to the front door?
A lot of them are losing that business to like the Center Bistro Theater because now you can go in there and it's a restaurant.
Or you can
That's
go to the other one, lay down and go to sleep and take a
Right.
nap while you're watching the movies, which I find really
I wouldn't
stupid.
do that. That sounds
I
like
think
bed bugs.
but I also think beds is a bad idea for a movie.
Bed bugs. That's all I would. I wouldn't do that.
nasty.
No, because I
That's
know as soon as I'm laying down, my head hit the pillow, I'm out.
Wait a minute, you laying on the pillow and the
It's
rest in the
there's some it's those movie theaters that got beds.
That's nasty.
You don't get covers and
that's
stuff. I mean, hopefully you're not having sex.
You just can't do the
Otherwise,
you just can't do the fun and chairs, can you?
Anything's possible.
I mean, the lights go out, anything's possible,
That's what
especially
I'm
if you came with a coat.
See, we on the same page.
that means y'all done
What
did it
the
before. Y'all on the same page.
got a bed now?
That means y'all thought about it. That's why y'all thinking of it now.
Who thought about it?
No, it's always hypotheticals in every situation. It can
Yes,
happen.
it's for hypotheticals, Nate.
It could happen, not to me because it disgusts me, and I'm not laying on nobody's bed at the movie theaters.
I mean, I thought about
Which
bed
one
bugs. I didn't think about
Which one is it?
which one.
Are you gonna lay your head on the pillow or not, Marnie?
I'm not going to put my head on the pillow or not. No, not for life.
You have bed bugs.
Oh, Nate, my order for taste this didn't go through. Probably because it's too late.
Oh yeah, it's 8:00.
Well, I put it in the 717. Like I don't get it.
It
They
took you an
black.
hour
They
to
not
hit
gonna tell
submit.
you that they closed.
It took you an hour to hit submit.
It didn't go through. I know that. That's fine. I'll order tomorrow.
I'm off tomorrow. I can actually bring it to you tomorrow.
So what are you? So okay, so we just talked about the movie theaters. What are some other things that y'all miss doing that y'all would be doing if it wasn't for
I
this
mean, I
quarantine?
actually miss.
I can't really talk about that on the air.
Oh, because he's not there. Thank you.
No, because let's not talking about it on the air.
Uh,
Is he not there? What the fuck he got to do with anything?
She got Oscars, baby. That sound like she got Oscars.
They're like, what?
oh, I'm
Like, she got
sorry
Oscars.
because they not there.
Who's playing B?
Hey.
Or has it been delivered yet? I mean, hello.
I'm right now, like I'm supposed to be in another show rehearsal right now. And then I was planning for a show that we was supposed to be traveling with this summer, and all that's put on hold because coronavirus.
Mm-hmm. Nicole.
And that's like a whole production that didn't get to go up.
Oh wow. Oh, and your trip to New Orleans that's canceled.
Well, they haven't.
You might no, it is. You cancel your ticket tonight, okay? It's canceled. You cancel
Just
your
because you
ticket
didn't
tonight.
get to go to the Dominican Republic,
I'm
don't make
pissed. That was gonna be that's my story to tell. You don't tell my story.
and I'm telling it.
Please let him tell his story.
Right.
All right, he's here.
Nicole,
Yes.
anything you miss that you can't do now?
Not really.
Because you don't do nothing. Thank you.
Yeah, shady.
It's the truth.
Outside of not being able to get in my spot on Friday
Oh,
night,
right, yeah. That's what she
everything
missed.
else, like,
Where's the spot?
They don't allow more than 10 people in there. She always late, so she'd be like number 11. They'd be like,
I was
no,
late. Yeah, I was late.
sorry.
So they,
We would have snuck the door.
Aldo was in there. He was like number 9. He had just made it.
No, I was number 7. A nice lucky number.
I'm glad that they keeping that 10. Like, do
They were serious about that at that market, though. There was like 5 people in here, and that's it. And they made them people stand 6 feet apart outside. That's why the line was long.
when
At that market, I don't have the story with me right now. I should have brought it. Nope, I don't have it right here. But yeah, they were standing 6. The line was super long, and they was all standing 6 feet apart.
I'm so glad I was like smart enough to choose a place that's across the street from a market, because I don't know what I would do if I had to go all the way to somebody's market. I'd be pissed.
That's why I'm glad for that thing.
But I did recognize that when I went in Walgreens, they have made social distancing.
Yeah, they put the tape
The
down.
little squares and
Mhm.
separated. You're supposed to stand in the box, and everybody else they got boxes
Oh yeah,
for you to stand in.
Where was that at? Where?
yeah, I seen that.
And most stores
Walgreens.
are doing that
At
now.
Walgreens.
Most of the stores are
Walgreens.
doing
I
that
think they
now.
have at the one on Fayette and St. Paul. Is it St. Paul Street?
I
Fayette
don't
and
go in
St.
the
Paul.
hood. I don't go
Yeah.
down.
They have the
Well,
same
I was talking about the one on
boxes
Martin
on.
Luther King right here, Martin Luther King.
Oh, right
Yeah,
at
most of the
Saratoga.
stores
Oh
are
well,
doing
yeah.
that. You put the lines
They
to
would
the
put
box.
you're lucky they didn't put a cage up down there.
Right.
The one on 4th Avenue don't have that yet. I gotta go there tomorrow. Aldo, anything you missed?
I would say going out, but I don't miss that either.
Y'all don't miss the bus?
No, not really.
Y'all don't miss the bus?
Huh? No. I mean, to be honest with you,
What shade he tried to throw?
the week that I had to go to work, I would just walk.
Let me correct your ass right now. I don't fucking catch the bus. I catch the light rail. Okay. There you have it.
Thank you.
I gotta get some water. Hold
You
on. It was just a question. Don't fight me.
Fucking buses here.
She said, boop.
I haven't caught the bus in almost 2 years. How you doing?
Mm.
I got them, Nate. Don't worry about
You got a what?
it. Us non-drivers.
Sharon,
The
anything you
buses
missed
are
during the
triggering anyway.
quarantine?
'Cause I put the shuttle last week, and they are triggering because you can't even get on the front door. You got to get on in the
Even
back.
on the shuttle, you gotta get on the back.
Yeah, you
Oh
got to
yeah, you
get
gotta
on
protect the bus driver these days.
Oh
because they
wow.
cut off the way to get to the back. Only
Yeah,
way
they
you can get
put
on the front
a
is just
chain
in
up
the
there. It's like segregation all over again.
Yeah, I felt when I got on the shuttle, I felt triggered.
You
Because I
felt
was
tricked?
standing at the front door and he wasn't open. He just kept pointing to the back.
No, I had to get on there to go to my mother's house, right?
He said he
And it
felt
was so
triggered.
crazy because I did. I felt like you, Nate. I had to get on there. I had to get on the back of the bus, right? But then
Right.
the little old white lady sitting up in the front because she was elderly. You know, they can only let the elderly, so she had a little walker. But I felt some type of way, like she could have put that walker back here.
Yeah, I would have said it. I'm elderly too.
And I was like, did I only feel that way because she was white?
Mhm.
You know, like, because I definitely was like, oh, she could have put her
Oh, because they
walker
made
back
you
here.
go to the back of the bus.
This is very triggering. I felt triggered for the first time ever in life. That shit was like, why am I getting on the back of the bus?
That was silly. Who was next? Sharon.
Yes.
Anything that you missed?
I miss going outside. I mean, I'm a homebody anyway, but I'm so used to if I want to go around the corner, I can go. But now I'm scared to go outside.
Mhm.
To the Mount Vernon Marketplace.
I'm scared.
Where's,
You can go get
okay.
avocado
Mount Vernon
burger.
Marketplace is that building next to the Doug, that giant Doug.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I miss. I miss being able to be the only person that is upset about my allergies.
Oh.
Because, you know, you got allergies.
Look,
So now you got holding sneezes, act like
what's
you don't
interesting
have to
about
cough.
that? What's interesting about that? Because remember my post that I had posted about I've never ever been on my all three levels of my house this much in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I go up all three levels, I'm out of breath. So I take a bump off my inhaler. Like, okay, wait a minute. If this don't clear up, do I got corona? I'm always saying
Right,
that.
you got to check your own cough. Last night I was in here and I was like, my nose was stuffy. I knew what it was. I knew it was my allergies, but it's still in my mind was like, if my throat start hurting, I'm checking my throat. And I'm
That's
like,
exactly
That's how
right.
it was when it first started. Like
like,
every time I would go to the market, my throat would feel tight. But then by the time I get home, I'm good. And I was like, maybe mentally, I'm just fucking with
can you
myself.
just imagine how many new cases of PTSD there are gonna be after this?
Mm.
Hmm.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
That's why I keep saying, well, I'm glad today. Well, they did just announce today that they got a 15-minute test now. I guess it gives you the results on the test too. Abbott Labs has made it, and they get ready to start making 50,000 of those per day. Because they need to, I swear, I still think everybody needs to be tested. This is not a time to say, let's just wait till people come to the hospital that's dying. Because that's
But
stupid.
even if you get tested, you got it. What's
Right,
going
but
to be
I
the
think you can
difference?
take
They don't
better,
have a
if you
testing.
know in advance that you got it, you can take better precautions against your health and stay away from certain things that will exacerbate the condition.
But
Right now,
people
you
not going
just
to do
sitting at
that.
home thinking you
People,
got the
somebody that
flu,
gotta go to work
but
is
here it
not gonna
is.
go to work.
But here it is. You sitting at home. I'm talking about even before this even got this big. It should have been a test available that you could find out in advance that you have this, so you could take better
Hmm.
care of yourself. Because there's people at home feeding it cough syrup, knowing that cough syrup is not going to help your chest.
Mm-hmm.
You need oxygen. Your respiratory system needs oxygen, not cough syrup.
Yeah.
And if you knew that
But,
in a week before your death day,
but some
See,
people
you
might not want to know.
morbid.
Like,
but I'm serious. I may be saying it in a jokingly way, but I'm serious as a heart attack. If you knew that you had 2 weeks to live, wouldn't you want to know 2 weeks before you drop dead?
But see, the percentage of people that's actually dying is not high enough because most people not gonna really get the
But you
worst
keep
case
saying the percentage
scenario,
of people is not
and it's
high enough. 3,000 people is high enough to me
compared to
compared to
the
one.
300 that died
Compared
this
to one. Compared to one person being dead. Compared to one person being dead. 3,000 is high.
it sounds like you need to take a shot.
I don't drink no more.
oh, you stopped
No,
drinking?
I'm serious. I'm worried about that because we got all these people that are asymptomatic that won't get sick that are still spreading it around. That's why we're sequestered in the house right now because of asymptomatic people.
So you can have it right now. Is what you're saying.
Again, I could have it, and so could you, and that's why we're
So
apart.
you have it. So you have it right now. Is what
Let's
you're
say
trying to
that. Let's
say.
say that. Let's say that I have it, and I don't want to give it to you because right now I don't feel like I got 2 weeks left to live. But if my chest start hurting next week, I'm going to the hospital.
So we can put in Big Exposed Radio. Morning has COVID.
See,
He has a corona.
you almost got insulted.
Because you know it's going to be out there.
He
'Cause
got that
you
wrong.
said you
You almost
could,
got
and then
insulted.
Omani got it.
Wrong. He got that wrong now.
That's okay. I'm sequestered. You
Omani
ain't got to
got the
worry about
wrong.
me losing my job from Amazon. I'm gonna pack these boxes and send y'all packages out.
Well, whoever that is you talking to over
with
there,
my
you gave it
Rona,
to him
with my
already.
Rona, I'm gonna be at Amazon packaging your boxes and sending them over to your house.
Whoever that person is to the left over there, you done gave it to him already. You spreading it.
But did that question help you with that though? If you knew if you could find out that you only had 2 weeks left to live, would you?
I
But
don't know if
people
I
are
want
not
to
that.
know.
People are not that. People
I
don't
mean,
care.
I
People
would
go
want to
to
know,
work
but I
and they got regular code.
Say that again, Sharon.
if I had to know, I would know, but I don't know if I would share it with anyone that I have 2 weeks left to
All
live.
right, but here, let me put it this way: if you could find out that you had 2 weeks left to live and could get treatment to save yourself, would you want to know?
Yeah.
Exactly. Give me a damn test so I can find out if I
But
have it,
what
so
you
Oh,
I
no,
can
no,
take
no.
the
Wait, back
precaution.
up, back up. You're saying I don't know if I have it or not, but I want
Right,
to take a test to find out.
right. So you can
No,
take the necessary
nope.
precautions to
I don't
save
want to
yourself.
know. I don't
So
want to
you
know.
don't want to know, so you can save yourself.
I'm
what's the
sorry.
treatment though? What treatment are they giving to people?
To
I
sequester
don't know.
yourself so you don't catch so the germ doesn't proceed. Because if you continuously taking in germs, it's what's making it evolve.
Yeah.
That's what's making it evolve and taking over your chest cavity. and making it hard for
But I
you to
think the
breathe,
biggest
and people are
problem is that
suffocating
I
to
think
death.
most people are asymptomatic. Most people are, they probably either have it already and they just don't have any symptoms. And most people, they're telling us if you don't have any symptoms, no.
They what?
They telling us that. So nobody is going to go get tested
They're
if
telling
they
you
don't feel
what?
like they have any symptoms.
But that's the sad part. But that's not that's not the truth. Just because you're
But that's what they're
asymptomatic
telling
doesn't
us
mean
to
you
do,
can't.
though.
Just because you're asymptomatic doesn't mean you can't transmit it to somebody that's not asymptomatic. That's the problem. And then do you want to be the one that carries the burden of knowing that you were the one that gave them the disease that killed them?
Well, how you know
You
I
are still
did?
a murderer at that point. You murdered me, bitch. You murdered me, and I want you to know you fucking murdered me.
You murdered me.
You first murdered me.
But you don't even know because you didn't go get tested.
I'm
Exactly.
dead. I can't get tested no more because I'm dead. You murdered me, bitch. Because you
So how
gave it
do
to
you know
me.
it was
I
me?
did
Did you
not know I
do
had
it?
it, and I suffocated because I stayed home here sequestered because they told me to stay home in quarantine
And you didn't because you
because
went
they
out
never offered
hungry.
me a
And you
test.
could have stayed your ass in the house.
I did
If you
stay in the
wasn't
house. That's how
hungry,
I
you would
died. I died alone.
Just pop. Tell them Nate.
But that's how I
you could have
died. I
stayed
died alone. I
your
died alone from
ass
quarantining
in the
and not getting
house
tested.
instead of spreading it wide on the main
Well, I don't know
street.
who he's talking to
And
because I'm a
you got
virgin.
That's right.
you're a
Tell them.
virgin.
Yes, that's what you heard. You heard that right. You didn't get shot.
Boy,
Tell them.
boy, go to sleep. Go to sleep. If you're a virgin, we all virgins on here. We know damn well that's a lie.
Mm.
That's a good one.
Survey says.
You are lying.
The survey says I'm the only one.
You are not a virgin. Please trust me. I want to let you know that.
I am pure in heart. That's how I don't have the Rona. That's how you know it.
Because you're pure in heart. You are pure in heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I don't have it.
Yeah, she might. She the one that work at Joe.
Girl, let me tell you how they jumped on that thing. It was like up close, everybody go home. No school, no nothing. Just
Oh
like,
yeah, that's right. That's because you probably got closed early before everybody.
no, we didn't.
Didn't y'all close last week?
No, we before last. But everybody else had closed before us.
Oh yeah, we closed on Monday. Last Monday. All right, you guys. This has been fun, but commercial free meaning we got to cut these down short a little bit because we've been commercial free for about an hour and a half at this moment.
I thought we didn't take that break. What's that all about?
Yeah, we don't take breaks anymore while we're doing this because we're commercial free. So sponsors, come on board.
Yay. Nobody, you didn't give out a number so anybody could call in and join in. Didn't care.
Yeah.
He don't.
No, that's why they got the option to comment and stuff. And I've been looking at the comments. Thanks, Rich from what's the show called? A Rich Life. What's the show called? I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart.
Living a rich life.
Thank you. Living a Rich Life is Wednesdays at 5
Lord
p.m.
Jesus.
And then we got
How you just own it and don't schedule?
I don't work every day. I can admit it. I don't work every day.
Skyline.
Thank you. Skyline at 8 o'clock.
7.
Thank you. Thank
At
you.
8.
Oh, they at 8 now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they're at 8.
Coming up tomorrow. Okay, you guys. All right.
Did they talk to you already?
Yes, they did. I'll talk to you in a minute. I don't know about that. All right, you guys sit still for a second, and thank you guys for watching, and see you next Tuesday.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Man,
Hold on.
I can take my pants off now.